Guys, what the Hey, what's up, Reefers? This week's video is gonna be insane. This past month has been a huge roller coaster. A lot of awesome things happen, lots of crappy things happen. And I'm trying to jam-pack everything into one single video. It should really be like 3 or 4 different videos. But I have so much content coming, I wanna make sure you guys are up to speed. So let's jump right into it. Today we're gonna talk about the 45-gallon tank. For the past month, the tank has been looking beautiful. Everything is really healthy, except for certain corals. For example, the xenia, you notice that it's really shrunken up. And they have not been doing well for quite a while already. I think ever since I swapped out the T5 bulbs and put in the Radeon G4 Pro, I think just too much light and they got shocked and never really recovered. I'm especially happy with the SPS these days. They seems to be really established and started growing. That means the tank perimeter, even though it's slightly off, they're probably stable. Stable enough for the corals to really take root and start growing. And check out the Space Invader. I'm so happy. It used to be like one chunk and then a tiny nub on the side, but the tissue has combined and has really spread out, and the tentacle is always out. It's just really happy coral. And of course, we can forget about Bob. Bob is always there. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with Bob. He's not really bothering anybody, except for maybe the zoas that next to it, but I'm trying to figure it out. And one nice piece of coral I got is this nice mini colony of kryptonite candy cane. As you know, the one I had in the drop-off tank got broken up into 2 pieces and then separated into 2 tanks, but it's never really done well until recently, but it's really small. So when I saw that this nice chunk of mini colony went on sale at my local Walmart forum, immediately picked it up at a pretty decent price.
Flashback.
Hey, what's up, Reefers? Really exciting morning because I met up with a local reefer to buy some corals. Check this out. This whole thing for $60. Originally, I was gonna buy 2 small chunks of these kryptonite candy cane mini colony from him for $40 each. But he saw that the heads are a little bit small, so I was like, okay, let's do 35. I'm like, okay, all right. And then like later on, he messaged me saying that, you know what, I got this big chunk. How about just do 60? I'm like, okay, yeah. So thank you so much. Really nice meeting you. And once again, thank you for this awesome, great deal. And that's one thing I keep saying, like besides fish store, besides online stores, another great way to get corals is from local reefers. Fantastic deals, and you meet some people in the hobby as well. But of course, these comes by chance. They are not always available. So there's something to be said for different segments of how you can get corals. And speaking of picking up awesome corals from awesome reefers. Right now it's about 10 a.m. Doorbell just rang.
The coral.
Magical box is exactly what I'm thinking. First of all, huge thanks to Central Valley. I can't speak. Central Valley Reefer. We've been talking for a little bit. He specializes in some high-end corals, and he was like, "Yo, man, I have this coral. I know you've been looking for it. Once I get some frags, I'll send one out to you." I'm like, "No, you're crazy. I just shot a buy from you." He's like, "No, I enjoy your content. Let me send one to you." I'm like, no, okay, you twist my arm. Thank you, sir. So people shipping, he sent this out to me for free. This is a coral that I've been looking for a very long time. Excellent, we got some stickers from Central Valley Reefer. I'm just really interested to see what we got. Oh, here it is. I'm super excited about this coral because, again, I've been looking for this for at least a year. Oh. All right, I'm gonna float this coral and I'll show you once it's inside the tank. I'm super excited. Okay. So, okay, he stopped, good. Right there, we got the OG bounce mushroom from Central Valley Reefer, thank you. But I was really concerned because the emerald crab kept picking right around it. So I'm really afraid that emerald crab is accidentally gonna knock it off. I'll pull it off the frag plug. That's gonna be bad. But looks like the crab got whatever he wanted and moved on, so that's good. So far everything is rainbow and sunshine in the 45-gallon tank, but let's address the thumbnail. Guys, what the Look! I'm trying my hardest not to swear because this fish found a long time. It took a long time to find, and obviously losing fish is terrible. Come on, man. This Meshtop, I've made videos like this before. I've lost fish before over Meshtop. Fish actually somehow made it through this. I actually lost a Ruby Dragonet in similar fashion. Some people did not believe me. Fish, they was like, what? The fish actually made it through the mash and couldn't get back? How? This is the 1/8 inch mash, the smallest one. It took me There was so much effort. Why is she so happy? People did not believe me last time of fish jumping out and getting stuck on top of the grid. Shit. What the? That's jacked up, man. This is... Damn it, Emily! Yeah, it's bad. It's bad not just because it's a Yasha Goby that I spent like a year and a half trying to find, but also it just I feel like it's a terrible way to go. The fish got stuck in the net. Yeah, it's just not a good way to go. After this happened, I immediately shared it on Instagram. I needed to vent, and I also wanted to know, like, is there anything else I can do? I've already downsized the grid. I know this is pretty much a freak accident, but the fact that it happened once means that it could happen again. So there are some suggestions. Some people use window screen. Some people use a certain material from IKEA. The non-skid is really fine mesh. Actually, that's what my Nano tank told me. And some people also suggested the material that people use to make the tutu, you know, from Balades, in black. So it's not as obvious as like a white or clear mesh. It doesn't reflect light. So I'm tempted to try that out once I find a little time. Now, the male Yasha Goby is look a little bit larger, so I feel like it will not fit into the hole just as easily as a female, so I'm crossing my fingers, and I really feel that this is one of these freak accidents. And again, looking at the comment, it seems like a lot of people lost fish this way as well, although I do not know the grid size they use for the mesh. Alright, so that's the sad bit of this video. Actually, no, that's another bit. That will come later in the video, just wait. But 2 weeks ago, it was my local reef club Wildmass Frag Fest. It was a really hot day. Timing-wise, I couldn't attend part of it, but when your reef club only have like 4 meetings a year, you have to go and support the reef club. And of course, meet your buddies there too. Hey, what's up, Reefers? Check out this awesome shirt, first of all. It's from Uniqlo. I thought it's awesome. Today is my local reef club Wildmass Frag Fest. This event is member only, and what happened is that the club will buy large colonies, so I'll take donations and then frag them up during the meeting and then just pass them out. And it's a really cool system and just fun, and everybody loves free frag. That's why you see it's all packed. Alright, so we're inside. We got Daniel hooking it up with, what is this?
This is the sun kiss bounce, the mother.
Yo, he's hooking me up with the mother. This dude's too generous. Hiding in this corridor because it seems like this is the only place with AC. I guess like the door keeps opening over there, so it's really hot.
And also, that mucus is very surface active. They find it up on the surface.
Alright, heading out a little early because it's really hot in there. I also gotta pick Emily up at the mall. She's smart this time. I was just like, oh, you gonna go to a meeting? How about just drop me off at the mall? So she's hanging out at Tyson's in AC. So huge thanks to my buddy Daniel, Tank Addicts, for hooking me up with the Sun Kiss. I looked at it, I was like, what? Are you sure? So with the addition of the Sun Kiss bounce, now I got 3 different bounce mushrooms in my bounce garden. Well, actually, about that. You'll notice the frag plug behind the Sun Kiss bounce is empty. So about 4 weeks into having the OG bounce that's doing well, it's actually getting a little bit larger. One morning, it just disappeared. I've waited a long time to get a OG bounce. I tried my best to avoid all temptation. Eventually, I found a Reefer that's nice enough to share a frag of his with me. It was doing well, and one day it just disappeared. I really don't know what happened. I think that scares me the most. I've seen emerald crab picking around it. The foul fish show no interest on it. I really don't know. I feed the tank heavily. I really don't know. One day it just disappeared, like clean off the plug. My hope is that it's still floating around in the tank somewhere and landed somewhere, and one day we'll find it. But I've made the same wish with like tiny little jawbreaker that floated off before, and I've never seen them, of course. So that's the other big loss in the 45-gallon tank. So as you can see, I wasn't lying about the big up and down, right? It's like a roller coaster, kind of like my life. Big roller coaster, big ups and downs. But I guess that's what makes life interesting. Guys, I know a lot of you guys are curious about the progress on the 150-gallon tank. It is moving forward. I got a lot of help and made really good progress. And I'll probably share it with you guys in a week or 2. If you cannot wait that long, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Inappropriate Reefer. I share a lot of like quick updates on there, and it is in real time. And if you want to reach out to me for anything, just hit me up on Instagram. Honestly, I don't even know how YouTube Messenger works. So if you send me a message on YouTube, I'm sorry, I may have missed it. And you may have noticed at the bottom, there's a merch shelf that YouTube put together. So I kind of put up a couple designs. Over the years, I've done a couple t-shirt designs with different artists. I'll go a little bit more in depth with these designs in the future videos because I plan to introduce each of them in a pretty cool way. But for now, if you're interested to see what I got down here in the merch shelf, check it out. All right, guys, with that said, I'll see you guys next Sunday at 12:30 p.m. shop. Stay cool. Add some water.